Do better. See if we play against Dan. Nope. Pio. Ooh. Man, I played against we played a lot recently. Potato. Played a lot. A 4-2 in a 64 player tournament could definitely break her out. Play for weeks, don't see Justin. Play 3 times, then just play Justin 3 times in 2 days. Oh, I can't keep this hand. I know opponent is on PO, so I have to find a better hand than this. Where are my... I guess this is a turn 1 lodestone, so that's good. I think I'll just keep this, bottom this Ballista, slam a turn 1 lodestone. If they play Moxen, we can slam double Revoker. This is a pretty decent one, I guess. Obviously, this doesn't stop Moxen, but still a pretty good one. Alright, so if we don't die right away, and we can Revoker some Moxen, that'd be pretty good. Ancestral, sure. Okay, no Moxen. No Moxen. Do we just Cruiser then? Seems okay. If we do it this way, we can crew it with a Revoker next turn. The beats are on. 4:10 clock. Alright, you see what I got. Not very much. Sure. Okay. This is always the weird part as a PO player, where you're like, I don't want to play my Moxen because I don't want to get them Revokered. But if I draw a Sphere, then you're like, I really want to play my Moxen. I'm gonna name. I think I'm gonna name Mox Opal. I think I'm gonna play a Ravager. Alright, see if we die. If we don't die, we probably have lethal. Oh, they had the Mana Crypt. A little late to Tinker, but they could just easily PO combo us. Opal should hold back PO a little bit, though. It's hard to chain. It's really hard to chain POs without having an Opal. The way you do it is you have a Sapphire, which they did have. So Cruisers looked real good in this game. Just a really fast clock. I think we're looking pretty good here. Should be pretty reasonable to keep to being hard here. should be pretty reasonable to be. Those are not English words. It should be pretty hard for our opponent to wreck us here. They could definitely like continue chaining POs because they have Sapphire. They could tinker into Citadel and hit Mentor. It's possible I was supposed to not play Ravager and instead play like Revoker on Lotus. It just kind of seems like a very medium play. Demonic. What can they demonic for here? I guess they could demonic for Tinker. Go Sapphire, Tinker. They don't have a white source currently, so they can't go Mentor. Also, if they're not 3 wide for Mentor, we can probably just kill them with Ravager and Trample on Cruiser. If they kept a Hurkyl's Recall in their main, they could get a Hurkyl's Recall. So they went for Tinker. That's okay, they're at 6 life, so it's going to be pretty hard for this to kill us with no land drop. Alright, we got there. Alright, the good old quick clock cruising. Quick clock cruising. You love to see it. Alright, so this is the matchup we are bringing in Null Rods. I don't want to bring in Cage. I really don't like that. But it's probably better than a Ballista, right? I don't know. I'm just like don't like Cage against PO. I get that it stops Tinker, which is important, but seems like a little weak. But Ballista's really not that good. I understand what it does. I just don't. I think it's so. It's just not enough. It's just not good enough, I think. Oh, Reed Duke finally came out with his thing. But it's on CFB Pro. What? No, why you like this, Reed? No, I can't even read it. Crap. This hand's great, though. Definitely keep a Chalice. I guess it's an article and not a video. Let me just check to see if there's a video that goes along with it. Doesn't look like it. So it must have just been an article. Which is unfortunate, because I can't read it. Because I am not a CFB Pro. Could be. Right. Mostly because I just don't buy Magic cards nowadays. If I bought Magic cards still, it's pretty decent value, because you're just already going to buy Magic cards from them. But I don't buy Magic cards anymore, so. The opponent went with Lotus, Brainstorm, Fetch, Land, Preordain. 1 Moxen, what? Oh, am I dead? Not dead. Through a Mindbreak Trap, interesting. I do think it's still better to play this Chalice on 0. Very important. Opponent can easily have a bunch of Hurkyls in this game, though, which is something we have to consider. Here's Hurkyls. Oh, Snap Brainstorm? Sure. I'm okay with this. If this lives until the next turn, we can play a statue, which is kind of sick. Obviously, if opponent POs, they can't replay some of their Moxen until they find a Hercules. We don't exactly have attacks right now. Alright, I'm definitely just going to jam a statue. It's really good right now. Not really good because they have infinite mana, but still good. They can still Hercules us, and we can't really do much about it. That's kind of the biggest problem in the matchup as it is. Okay, so they are going to fetch and Hercules us. Which means they only have one other card left in their hand after they do that. Yep. Alright, so if they just lead with something bad here, it's really bad for us. But if they have nothing, we can rebuild pretty easily. Still haven't drawn any workshops, I just noticed. They do have Hardcast Force now, though, which we need to pay attention to. That's an interesting draw. So I'm definitely gonna do Inspector, Chalice. I guess we're gonna go Null Rod first. See if they have a Force. I guess we kind of get wrecked if they have just a Hercules, because they'll just Hercules in response to the sphere. It'd be good if they just hard cast a Force on this, though. Right. I'm just like getting wrecked because I have Ancient Tombs instead of Workshops. Yep, they have Hercules. I mean, I don't think I'm sequencing that any differently, right? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? That's just the matchup, right? They just have Hercules. All right, we died. Brutal. I think we win this game if we have Workshops instead of Tombs. But we just can't seem to ever draw Workshops. I assume they're just gonna go like Tinker, Blightsteel maybe, or because there's a sphere, an active sphere. It's probably just Tinker, Blightsteel. It could be Time Walk, I guess. It's just F6. Alright, Tinker, Blightsteel. So we can be okay if we just rip a Metamorph. We did not. So actually that wouldn't even make us okay because we would just die to the Snapcaster Mage. Alright, yeah, we're dead. Yep. Hercules Recall! That's the matchup. Yeah, I just think that Ancient Tombs instead of Workshops was not ideal. Alright, let's get a nice 7 here. I'm in. This is a pretty good one. If this resolves, we actually can play a Metamorph on it on the next turn, which is pretty sick. Because its non-creatures cost more. Another crypt game? That's a problem. Play a top, play a top, play a top, play a top, play a top. Oh! Alright, well at least this is uncounterable now. So there is some upside to that. I couldn't Mind Break Trap because it would have cost 1 and I can't pay for it. This might just not be good enough anymore. This Mind Break Trap looks really silly with my Double Thorn draw, but so they can just Hurkyl's Recall me through Double Thorn because they had a Mana Crypt hand. I don't really see us winning this game. Yeah, they had a good hand, for sure. That is a Nahata creature spell. I mean, we have like pretty solid, 2 turns of playing large clocks, but the problem is like we're just so weak to Hurkyl's Recall that it's just not going to matter. There's just nothing we can do. Which is kind of why aggro shops fell out of the metagame in the first place, but PO isn't like a super metagame deck, and it's like kind of bad right now, so. PO as the second spell? Oh, wait. PO as the third spell I can get behind. They just have a force too. Alright, well. We tried our best. Our best was not good enough. Yeah, Mana Crypt, Sapphire, Ancestral on turn 1 through a Thorn is gonna do it, for sure. It's like really hard for that to happen, but it happened. You basically have to have Lotus or Mana Crypt for that to work out, and they had it, so. Actually, Potato has had Mana Crypt a lot. We've played a couple times in the past few days. They've had a lot of Mana Crypts. This is gonna just get another PO. Just going to kill me. Yup. I actually think like having a Resolve Thorn is usually going to be very good there, but just wasn't good enough. Alright, no more playing non-forceable decks. It's too tilting. Oh. So we played against PO twice, Doomsday, and Breach. So we just played against 4 combo decks, and we're 2-2. No, we're 2-3. Oh, we also played against Gola Shops, right? Yeah. Alright, this is Time Walk and also lethal, so we're just gonna concede and go watch League of Legends. I mean, anyone who has Mana Crypt, Sapphire, Ancestral is just always going to beat you. That's just how